Okay, this will be an interesting one. I can feel the heat coming out of the windows. It's pretty hot. It's a hot day in Sydney, Australia. Let's see how we go with this. Gonna go there. I don't know how this one's going to look. It's going to be a tricky one. It's got potential. Sorry, I'm getting a bit shaky. It's a bit hot today. A bit of a heat wave. Anyway, let's see what we have. Here a children's tutu. Got an interesting type of fabric, tutu fabric. We're going to just put it on the glass and slip and slide it. So we're just going to put it there and move it around. I'm thinking I've got to take a day off work tomorrow because of this heat wave that we have. This heat wave is too much if you're going to wait at a bus stop wearing a COVID-19 mask. I can't wear a mask in this kind of fucking heat. Don't get me wrong, we need masks, right? No, I'm not one of those anti-mask protester types. I still just don't like them. But basically I really can't breathe in this heat, so I might have to take time off because I just can't travel and waiting at a bus stop with a fucking mask. It's too hot. It's too fucking hot. But I can understand the protesters. I want to see the other side of the coin. It's understandable because I fucking hate them as well, but I want to abide by the rules as much as I can and have to wear them. Oh wow, that looks really quite nice. They're like those lovely little wavy bits. Wondering if we're going to do I wonder what we're going to do with it. I'm really missing a partner. His name's Luigi and he's my future husband. If I could just meet with him, and I'm trying to get this stuff to go on air on the primetime TV news. It's not as easy as it looks trying to promote what I'm promoting. It's not an easy thing. I know my brother and my father don't believe in what I do, so they'll be my harshest critics. It often happens that way, you know, that just because they're family doesn't mean they're on your side. And it's really difficult trying to get this stuff to really shine on television. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to use the limited money and resources that I have to bring this to the world. It's not as easy as it looks, but I'm going to keep persevering because it's a bit like the old saying, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. It's a bit like that. Wondering which one. I think that one's going to be the better one. But basically it's really been difficult trying to to get this stuff out there and on the airwaves. It really is not an easy thing to do. And I'm trying my hardest to achieve what I'm trying to achieve. And I know that if my dad and my brother can see that I've made it to TV, well then maybe they'll believe in me. So it's a family thing as well, folks. It's real important that my family and I get along. I don't want them to be my enemies anymore, like my brother and my father have been. I think this is the finished. I think this looks really nice, pretty much. But I'm really missing my partner, and that's the main reason I'm trying to get myself out there on the airwaves, is to find him. Luigi. It's not as easy as it looks. But you've got to be persistent, folks. If you know something is right and you're onto a good thing, you've got to basically stick to it. Even if it seems like it's never going to bring anything good. Now that looks really nice. Even if it looks like it's not going to bring anything, you still have to stick to it. If you know it's right, if you know it's going to work, eventually, you got to stick to it. You can't just give up. You can't give up, folks. So that's our last one. This is this one we just output. But basically, we have to fucking stick to it. You know, we got to stick to what we know is going to work, even if it looks like it's not going to work, from the eyes of the many critics that you meet along the way. Even this is an example of trying to do something useful here, trying to make something nice and being able to stick to it. Now that looks like something really nice. Wondering if we're going to work with that one or if we're going to do another. But basically it's really lonely without my partner, without Luigi. So I'm trying to somehow... It is lonely, and I have to do this stuff. This stuff keeps me from going mad, because I can't live without Luigi. I'd rather die of a broken heart than live a life without him. I really love him, and I adore him, and I just can't just give up on him and say that all is over. I don't want it to be over. I want to be with him. And I still can't get exactly what I'm after. But basically it's really difficult trying to get this artwork to go to air on the TV. It's not as easy as it looks. I really miss my partner, and I'm trying to get this stuff to go to air so I could find him. Still don't like it. But I'm really lonely, and I'm trying to find him, and I really need to get in touch. Now I'm thinking we're going to go back. This was our last one. I was actually thinking maybe, sorry folks, this one with that lovely curvature. We might be able to pull that off. Don't know. But basically, sometimes with this photocopier art, there's a lot of unknowns as well, like not knowing what the right thing is to do, like what I'm doing here, or whether I should just continue on trying to find that ideal curvature in this work. So how big are we going to make the horizontal? We're going to make it 130, and the vertical will be 140. But it really is hard doing this art. It's not as easy as it seems, and that's the other reason I want to go on television, is to show that photocopier art isn't always easy. It's not something that should be classified as simply as easy, because yes, you do get easy pieces from time to time, but often it's hard work, and it's like gambling without the money. Horizontal might be how much less? So yeah, you have to you don't know what's gonna happen, and sometimes you just don't always produce something that's really good as much as you'd like to produce something nice or something good. Yeah, we have to enlarge it a bit again because we just got the edge of that, but that looks quite nice. Wondering if maybe I was thinking of moving it up from there. I don't know. It's hard, folks. It isn't always easy to do. Photocopier art isn't always easy. As you can see here, it's not easy all the time, however much people might believe it, and this is the purpose of these videos, is to showcase what happens and what can happen and what does happen when you're doing art with a photocopier, and especially this kind of spontaneous kind of video demos that I've never seen anyone else do. Not this style. So I've been working with photocopiers on and off since 1986. It's been decades. It's been nearly 35 years since I first used a photocopier. So first as an art and the first time. My first photocopier art was a handprint. Half a hand. Actually, not a full hand. I didn't know how to use the photocopier properly. I was really nervous. But basically, it's not always easy, and it doesn't always end in a happy ending. You got to know when to pull up, when to finish, even when you fucking don't know. And sometimes I feel I pull up too soon, and then I get angry at myself. As an artist, a lot of artists have a habit of, I'm pretty sure they do, a lot of artists get angry at themselves, or at least I know for a fact I do. I get angry at myself when I don't feel I've made enough effort, because it's really quite time consuming making these videos, and it's hard work holding the phone in your hand, but this looks really quite interesting. So these are our mirrors that we just produced. See if this looks any good. Just got it's just overlapping a little bit. Sorry, folks. Yeah, now that isn't too bad actually. I think now we can call it quits.